Today I'm showing you how to do these front row braids that I wear all the time. So to start, you're just going to go a little bit back on your part and then drag your finger down and across to kind of create a rectangle part. And then once you have that rectangle section, you're just going to clip it aside and we will use that in the end. This section will be covering up crossed over hair in the end, so if you're wondering if your rectangle is big enough, it's better to go on the bigger side rather than the small side. So then you're just going to grab 3 small sections. As you can tell, mine are teeny tiny sections that are also really close to my part line. And then you're just going to begin to do a regular Dutch braid, crossing the outside pieces underneath the middle, and then just incorporating hair to the outside strands as you go along. Once your braid gets to about where the bottom of the rectangle section ends, then you can start taking any amount of hair from underneath the rectangle section. So as you can tell, I'm just grabbing hair from underneath that section that we sectioned off. Wow, I'm saying section a lot, but basically you can take any hair from that section because the hair that we clipped up will be covering that up later. You just want to make sure that the braid, you're angling it in front still, because we do want to keep these braids right in front of our head. And it's always better to keep these braids really tight rather than loose, because you can always loosen up a braid, but it's really hard to loosen a braid when it's already loose. And sometimes that looks good with side braids, but for this style you want it to be tighter and then loosen it up in the end. So try and keep it as tight as possible as you go throughout this. And then once you get to where I am, you're going to start angling it to the side because we'll be pulling it back later and you don't want to have weird sections popping up. Then to finish this side, we're just going to pull it apart. You can do this as much or as little as you'd like. I'm just pulling on each individual loop till it looks as thick as I would like it to. When you're done pulling it apart, you can let down the hair and just make sure there's no weird loops or anything, and then see what it's going to look like as you pull it back. And yeah, just make sure there's no weird loops or anything before we move on. And then you're just going to do the exact same thing to the other side. When you're done with the other side, you can let that side we sectioned off down, and then you're going to grab another rubber band and pull both braids back and just tie them back. So as you can see, we have the braids in front, but you can't tell that we took sections from underneath the hair. And from there you are basically done. You can pull it up in a pony like I've done in a lot of my Instagrams, but however you like it. I love this hairstyle because it's super easy and really fast, and people always wonder how I do it. But it's super easy, and I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.